Right now on AliExpress are the biggest sales of the year. So this time I have not one but 3 items from AliExpress to show you. So let's start with the smallest item. And inside we have small item with a battery in the package already placed in. And here we have 2 USB-C ports and a lot of LEDs, because this is a device to test USB-C cables. We connect the cable to both ports and we see on the LEDs if each line is working or if the cable doesn't have all the lines or if one of the cable is broken. So let's test it first on a good cable. I have a good tested cable that I use a lot and know that it works. So let's connect one end to one side, second end to the other side, and these are the results. Everything is shining except one of the D plus and D minus, and I think this is expected result, that the data pins should only shine on the one side. So I don't think this is anything bad with the cable. This is how it should be. And if something is not working or not connected, we can clearly see which cable is broken, if it is important or not important for a certain situation. Let's test the other random USB-C cable that I found, if it is good or not. We can see this cable is lower quality. It has less connections. So it probably works with slow charging, but maybe fast charging may not work, transfer data may be slow or not work, or you cannot use this cable to the screen. There are many options, but you can see that we have many turn off LEDs. So this cable is not that good for sure, but let's try to destroy it even more. I will try to halfly cut the cable to see if we can see the difference, that something more will be missing. I'm not sure if it is a good idea to cut the cable while it is connected, but it may give more interesting result. So mainly I am looking at those 4 diodes that are working. I would like to turn off some of them, but not all. Let's see if it will work. I think it was different before, because now I see only 2 bright diodes. You can rewind to say if there were more bright diodes, but I think it was different, and you can see I've made a cut here. Let's try to damage it even more. And now all of those 4 diodes that I showed turn off, but we still have few red diodes. So let's try to finish this cable without cutting it fully. And now I'm shorting something, you could see a blink. And the cable is barely working right now. You can see there are shorts happening when I move the cable. So you can clearly see now this cable is bad and you shouldn't use it. So now you are sure that this cable is bad. So a small simple device with built-in battery that you can easily check if the cable is broken or how badly it is broken. Or even if the cable is working, you can see if it has all of the cables that USB-C offer, or if the cable is limited to only a few of the cables. So a simple device for testing USB-C cables. I think it is worth having it to just quickly see the quality of the cables that you have. Second device that I found on AliExpress is a magnet that you can easily turn off. It is perfect for picking small metal objects and easily releasing them. I've prepared a few things to test it, but first I will show you the theory. I have a device for showing the magnetic fields. You can see when I pull it, it turns off the magnet. You cannot see the magnetic fields anymore. Interesting thing that I'm not sure if it is useful or not, you can rotate it and the 4 magnets also rotate. Maybe in some situation it could be useful, I'm not sure, but it has that option. And let's, for example, say you have nuts laying around on the table or in some place that you cannot easily just grab them all. You have to pick them individually. I have a pile of washers right here. And let's say it would be a place that I couldn't just swipe it down from the desk because it would be in some kind of a box or something. I would have to just individually place them, or I could use a magnet and then I would have to unstick them from the magnet. Or I could use this device and I put it near the things. It's holding them and now I can release them. And take next part, release, next part, release it, few more. I can also take bigger one. And quite easily I picked all of those small washers. This device is not really strong. You can see I cannot take all of them, but I can take a few and easily release them. There are 4 magnets, so it is easier if we have a bigger surface than the washer. It can be held by all 4 of the magnets, so now it is held stronger. If we don't want to snap the item to the magnet, we can also first disable the magnet, move it close, and now lock it, and later unlock it, and it's ready. So it is also good if you have a piece of metal that is flat and hard to pick from the desk. You can use this device to move pieces like this. You can hold it near and snap it, or you can first disable it, put it near and then lock it, and move it to another place really easily without trying to pick up the place by your hand. It is much easier and faster to pick metal objects that are not too heavy, because it is not really powerful device, but for picking screws, nuts, washers, metal plates and some other small metal items, it is quite useful to pick them up and also easily release them, because any magnet can easily pick up items, but normal magnet won't drop those items easily. You will have to fight to get them back. But with this device, you just pull this handle and it releases the object that it is holding. So a useful item if you ever needed to collect metal pieces. And the last item for today, I found this power bank on AliExpress, but it's not a classic power bank. It has a special feature built in, and it is good if you travel a lot. Firstly, let's unbox it. Here is the power bank, and you receive also a manual, and that's all in the box. And so what's so special about this power bank? Right here we have built-in AC plug. So we can easily charge this power bank anywhere because we connect it directly into the socket and it is charging. We don't need additional charger, we don't need additional cable. It can charge directly by itself by connecting it to the AC outlet. Also, this rope right here is a USB-C cable. It has built-in USB-C cable within this power bank. So if we use this power bank, we don't have to bring additional cable. We have one built-in this power bank, but we also have additionally USB-A and USB-C classic outputs. And here is the button on the side. Let's press it. 79% charged. And they say it's a 10,000 milliamp hours power bank, 38.5 watt hours. So let's test it if it is the true, because some power banks on AliExpress say not true values. So let's see if this one says the true. It's not really powerful power bank. It has only 22.5 watts output, But for charging smartphones, smartwatch, earbuds, or many USB devices, this power is enough for traveling. And this USB-C port is an input and output, so we can both charge it and discharge it using this port. So we don't have to use the AC connector, because sometimes you may want to charge this power bank using other power bank, using your car, or you want to place it on a desk. So you want to charge it using USB-C cable, but in a hotel it may be easier to charge it using this AC input. Okay, so let's start by fully charging this power bank using the AC input, and then let's discharge it and see how much energy will I get from it. The screen is oriented this side, so I will plug it like this to see information on the screen that it is charging, and later I will rotate it upside down for easier charging it. And will it charge? It is blinking, so I think it is charging. Also, we should have right here power output. So right now it is using 12 watts for charging. So it should fully charge up in a while. Let's rotate it for now other side for a better placement. It is blinking, so it is charging. So let's leave it like this for a while, and I will be back when it will be fully charged, and then I will fully discharge it to see its real capacity. The device is fully charged. You can see 100% upside down right now. Important thing is that you can also charge devices from this power bank when you charge it using IC input. So you can use it also as a AC to USB charger. So you can both use it for charging the power bank and for charging other devices from the AC socket. So now let's unplug it. Let's use the built-in cable, and I will try to output 12 volts, 1.5 amps. Let's see if it will work. First, let's try to trigger the correct voltage. Right now there are 5 volts, 9 volts, and 12 volts. And here at top we have 1 amp. Let's change it. 1.5 amps, 12 volts, and connected directly to this power bank. At the bottom we have 0 watt hours. So let's turn it on and see if it will work. We are outputting 18 watts, so it should take about 2 hours to discharge. So I will leave it, and I will be back when it will fully discharge, and we will see the results on the screen. How much energy did we get from this power bank? And the test ended. It lasted longer than expected because at some point it switched from 12 volts to 5 volts. So it was discharging for 3 hours and 18 minutes. Expected capacity was 38.5 watt hours, and I received 32.7 watt hours. You can see the results right here. So lower capacity than the declared one. I received like 80% of the declared capacity. For a small portable power bank, it may be enough for many situations, but it is less than expected. So from this power bank you should expect more like 32, 33 watt hours, not 38. But still it is a interesting, useful power bank that has built-in AC plug to easily charge it, and built-in USB-C cable for easy charging other devices. So write in the comments which one of those 3 items you think is most useful. And that's all for today. Like, subscribe, and be nice.